Hello, my beautiful movie beautifuls. I hope you're ready for Runes 101 Part 2. We're just gonna look at the other 8. You are not gonna see my face this week just because I am a hot mess, and well, I'm a hot mess. I have a lot going on today. So let's go ahead and jump into this. We're gonna look at another 8 in addition to the 8 that we had last week. So I hope you're ready, because I'm ready. Are you ready? Do you guys have your runes? If you have your runes, get them out of your little bag or bowl, whatever you put them in, and we're going to go ahead and jump into this. So the first one we're going to look at, I turned over for you already. We pronounce this as On Zeus, or On Zeus. I said it right. So On Zeus means God, or mouth of God, as they say. Hence the oracle card you see in front of you, mouth of God. The divination meaning for this is mostly an advice card or a type of communication card. You can also look at it as like an inspiration card, maybe an authority in some form, even a blessing card, depending on how you look at it. If you look at it as the communication or advice card, then of course you're being blessed with information. You can also look at this as a contemplation, possibly, or even an authority card. So someone of a higher understanding is giving you a form of, I'm not gonna say communication or advice, but it's pretty much telling you what to do, but not in a bad way, in a good way, okay? So on Zeus, this is he. And let me show you the rune that it looks like. Now, you're gonna see a couple runes are gonna look almost identical to another one, all right? But this is where you have to really pay attention. So here you go. This looks very similar to Fehu, right? So just remember, you gotta pay attention to the little teeny bit of lines. This one's gonna be a little hard. Oh, I can do that. There we go. Okay. The next one we're gonna look at is Gabo, or Yibo, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I've heard it both ways. I like saying Gabo just because of the G, but you can also pronounce it as Yibo, or yeah, Yibo. So this means gift, as in its actual depiction of what Gabo means. But you can also look at it as an opportunity. You can look at it as a partnership. My favorite on this one, though, is I look at it as a karma, or I should say a karmatic union, or a partnership. Definitely a love match, too. So any type of gift you're giving to someone you care about. If you look at the actual oracle card itself, you're going to see that there's a ring on the inside, like a wedding ring or a wedding band in it form. So it always makes me feel and make that connection of, you know, a love match or a partnership. If you want to look at it on the reverse side of things, you can also look at it as a sacrifice card, okay? So in reverse, you know, you have to sacrifice, you know, your love or your partnership for the greater good of you, or whatever issue is being bestowed upon you. So let me pull this up. There we go. So here's the rune, Gabo. He's pretty much telling me no. Okay, so there's Gabo. Okay. Our next card, guys. Ooh, yes, she's a goddess in her own way. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is Wanu, or Wanyo, as some people like to pronounce her, because the J technically is a Y pronunciation in Norse. But Wunyo. This is she, and if you noticed, it's very similar. They both look like the peas, remember? But the other one looked like a hammer a little bit, which was Thorizaz, if you guys remember. But it had a little line that comes upwards on the P, so remember, you pay attention. This is just like how on Zeus is. This Wunyo is exactly the same. You have to really pay attention to the little lines that are going to come up, okay? Because they're identical, guys. All right, so Wanyo. She means joy, all right? She's all about good news and like a type of celebration. She's very into family and into like being a tribe. You can also look at her as a universal family too, not just your personal family, but a universal side of things. You can want to look at her on the reverse side, and she could be an emotional release if you want to look at her on the flip. Anything that pretty much is opposite to what I said, the joy, the good news. So if you flip it, it's bad news. The joy is gone, all right? You lost it. It's a loss type of thing. But I do like to keep things always on the positive side if I can. So success, reward, harmony, family, tribe, all right? Interconnectiveness, maybe. That could be another. Or even if you want to look at it on a spiritual side, you can even think of her as a spiritual well-being. So she's a very good card, a very good luck card. Let me make sure I grab the right one. Okay, so here she is. As you can see, she does not have a lip on this one. I should have pulled out what the other one was. That way you can see the difference in them. So when you get your runes, make sure you're really looking at your runes, guys, okay? You're really memorizing them, because there are going to be some runes that the rune stones will have one, but if you look up online, they're going to have another type of symbol, all right? But the two symbols mean the same, and we're going to look at that in the next week. I saved those ones for last because how some people show them on runes isn't always how they are everywhere. So you have to be able to go, oh, well, yeah, that rune also is da-da-da, and it looks like this. So yeah, so we're going to get into that too. Okay, so let me take these runes. Oh, nope, 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 karma. Chill butt out here. I'm so sorry, guys. My cat's a jerk. All right, so let me set up the next three for you. All right. So our next card is Hagalaz. I love him. He is absolutely amazing, okay? And why I say he's amazing is honestly because it's a very bad card. And I always love when bad cards can come out. And it's just because, like, you know, the world is not made up of all good things. You know, you gotta have your negative sides. You gotta have your cons on a lot of things. And this card is that negative card. Just like Isa. You guys remember Isa? It's the one that looks just like a line straight down, like an eye. You know, that was all about stillness and being cold and being an ice and being a shield. You know, you're blocked, right? This is how like Isa is. This is Hagalaz. Hagalaz, guys, okay? And it means hail. See why I like it? And hail as in hailstones, okay? Not like all hail, but hailstones, all right? It's all about misfortunes, guys. It's all about a shock or something that could be short term, but that's like a distrust, damage to yourself, damage to relationships, damage to your spiritual beings. Trying to think what would be another one. Maybe evolution too, if you want to look at it. Remember, because if you look at things on a flip side, so if he was like this set up, right, he'd be on the flip side. You can then take everything we said that hailstones can be and you can flip it. So maybe you got to have a little bit, think of it this way as like the tower card, right? Things come crumbling down, destruction. This would be like your tower card, all right? You can rebuild. There's going to be rebuilding somewhere. And that's how he is, all right? So long-term rewards, regeneration, evolution, even a type of union if you want to look at it in the cosmos. All right, so cosmic union. But yes, so misfortune, damage, and shock are the big ones. And then if you want to flip it, then you have all those others. But this is one of my favorite cards too, Hagalaz. All right, can you tell? I can say his name. I can say the card, or in this case, the rune very well. But here's the rune for him. Hagalaz. Right, so there he is. All right, our next card is Navies, or as some people say, now these. See, can you see that? Did I move him in a little bit? There we go. Now these. So this is all about need, like a necessity even. You kind of look about the scroll too. As you can tell, I love my oracles. So if you look at the rune, I'm sorry, the oracle card, guys, for the rune, it's a scroll, all right? So what do you write on paper? Things that you need to remember, right? Things that you need to be able to handle or do. Maybe it's a checklist, but it's something that you need to do, all right? It's a necessity to get done, or else you wouldn't put it on paper for you to be able to go back and look and remember what you were thinking. Self-preservation even. Personal need, spiritual need, selfless needs, okay? But you can also look at it as an impatience card, okay? You can also look at it, I shouldn't say just a card, but a rune, patience rune. You can look at it as an excessive, compulsive type of style, something. You know, you have to be neat, you have to be organized. You know, if you're not, then, you know, you'll never remember. But our mind plays tricks on us sometimes, you know, so you feel you have to write it down like you're never going to remember because you don't trust yourself, all right? So you could look at it in that form too. So now these, or now we's, as I say, it's all about need, guys, okay? So his is really, really easy. So I just think of now these need needs. That's the easiest way I always think of it. Now these need needs. I know. I'm getting myself tongue-tied. Bear with me, my loves. All right. This is another one of my favorites to try and remember and to remember. But Yara. Yara is... Yara is all about year. So the year itself. Move that out of the way. Let me bring him so you can see. Okay, so it's all about the year. You can also look at it as a harvest card, because as the harvest comes around again, a whole year has passed. So look at it as like an abundance card, maybe a reward card, a spiritual growth, a personal growth card, a maturity. Okay, every year you become more mature. Every year you just grow. The natural law of things. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much the biggest way I can sit there and say that. Now remember, you're gonna adapt to everything, but Yara is all about the year. All right, how did you grow in that year? Okay, over time you became better. Every year you become better. You release, you grow. All right, so that's the best way to talk about Yara. Now let me show you the rune. Now this is what my rune looks like for it. So Yara, year or harvest if you'd like, but abundance, reward, just growth. Okay, it's all about growth, guys. All right, and our last two. Right. First one we're going to be looking at is I was. I said, wait, hold on, did I say that? I was. Yeah, I was. I had to think about that. I'm like, so I was is what technically the word I was means is tree. Now, this is going to sound really weird how I depict this, so bear with me because I like it and I think it works. So I just automatically think of a tree. Not so much a yew tree, but a tree. So when I think of tree, I think of power, okay? I think of protection, all right? But I also think about looking over the trees, and as the wind's blowing, I see them bending and moving. So when I see bending and moving, I think of flexibility, okay? When a storm, a powerful windstorm comes through, or a raging fire comes through, I think of change. The force is going to change. A tree will fall over, a tree will break, a tree will burn, okay? It will turn to ash, and it's different. You can never fix it, so it's always going to be changed. If you want to look at it as an empowerment card, that's great, because the strongest oak tree will live for how many years, guys? Thousands and thousands of years if it's left alone and treated, you know, properly from the earth, if it's getting its nutrients from the sun, the ground, all right, even if animals are living within the trunks itself, it's still becoming something, all right? You could even look at it on a psychic or protection level too. So maybe a psychic protection, all right? Because trees are grounding, right? That's how we get everything done. It's very strong. You could also look at it as a spiritual attachment card too. So if you're trying to figure out if something's attached and something comes up that is the Aiwa's card, the spiritual attachment would be maybe something you might want to look into, okay? Now, the oracle card itself, okay, it's a stone head with weapons all around, okay? And how this card is depicting it, it's depicting it as a protection card, okay? And it's predicting it as an empowerment card, all right? Not a battle card, but you have to, in this case, fight to create change. If you don't do anything, nothing will ever change. So they're depicting it as an empowerment card in this case, okay? So here is Aiwa's. There you go, see the corners. So there's that one. And our last one. This one's always a tongue tie one for me, and that's probably because of my R's, how I always try and roll them sometimes when they don't need to be. But this is pure throw. Pure throw. Pure throw. Okay. So this word technically has multiple meanings, all right? So it means apple tree. Some people say it means pear tree. Some people even say it means dance or hearth, okay? But this is what I call it. And I depict it after the card itself, but I mean it means game or fate, okay? It's a chance card. It's a karma card. So think about it. Even looking at the card, you're rolling a dice, all right? It's a game. That game can also mean fate. Sometimes if you play a game, back in the day, I always think of it like the Wild West. They played a game, they lost. And if they tried to cheat the game cheated them, right? And what I mean is death, all right? So their fate was sealed by their manipulation, all right? So I really do like using it as a game and fate card. So that's how I'm gonna depict my definitions here. So think of mystery, all right? Think of, like I said, chance, the game of chance. Think of karma. Think of being unpredictable or having events that are unpredictable. Know that there are faults within the game and mistakes can be exposed even. It can also look as an unfolding of fate kind of card. What would be another one? Oh, even this one, even I've been told that can relate more to like sexual encounter card if you want to look at it on a sexual level. Again, you can take any of these and make it how you want it based on all the other cards. But I do like using it as a mystery card, and I love it as a chance, a fate card. So this, in my mind, is the fate card. So here is the rune. Pure throw, Pethro, as some people. Remember, everyone's pronunciation is different, and the cards and the runes will always know what you mean. So don't feel you have to be exact on them, right? I still, if I don't use my runes enough, I still have a tendency of having to go back and look and go, oh, wait, what? What was that card again? Hold on. Or, oh, wait, whoa, how do I say that word again? Especially in Norse, okay? So those are those two cards. Let's see. So let me just move my cards here for a second, put them back in order. And we're gonna go like we did last week, one at a time, just to do another refresher, guys. And then the video for part 2 is over, okay? I hope you guys don't mind me using cards for runes. It just helps, I think, because, I don't know. These cards that I got are the best Norse cards. I don't think there will never be another set of cards that have helped me learn runes. I mean, I knew runes, but when Tamar bought me these, they really helped me, so I am more than thankful. Okay, so here we go. Refresher. Actually, I should just do it this way. So, Ansus. So this is our Ansu's card. And I'm just gonna put it down, it's just easier. There we go. Okay, so Ansu's. Remember, this is all about, if you look at the mouth here, so think of the, ooh, I'm actually in my frame. We don't want that. This is all about the mouth of God, or just the God card. You can look at it as an advice card, a communication card. You can look at it as an authority card. You can look at it as an inspiration card, even a divine inspiration. So think of being blessed, okay? They're giving you advice, all right? We always want advice from the gods, do we not say? We always call them the gods for everything. So think of that as that way. So advice, communication card. The next one is Gabo or Yibo. Okay, this is the gift card. Remember, I always say, think of the ring, how this one has a ring in it. So think of the ring, think of partnership, think of love, think of an opportunity. You could even look at it as a love match card, a partnership card, karmic reunion, maybe a sacrifice card if you want to think of it as a negative aspect, and even like an obligation card. Okay, so there's all those. All right, our next one is Wunyo. You guys remember this beautiful woman here, or I should say goddess in our case. So Wunyo. Wunyo is our joy card. She is all about good news and a celebration. She is a success card. She's a harmony, a family. She's a tribe, okay? Universal family, spiritual well-being card. Just, if you want to look at her even as a reverse, you can think of her as an emotional release card. So Wunyo, Wunyo. All right, our next one, my favorite, Hagalaz. So Hagalaz is our hail card. So hailstones card. So it's misfortunes, it's distrust, it's damage, it's shock, it's short-term distress. Then if you want to flip it, think of powerful nations or forces, evolution, regeneration, and even cosmic unions. But hail, all right? He's going to rain it down on someone, okay? Or you have been given this unlucky card of misfortunes your way. So, Hagalaz, Hagalaz. All right, our next card is Now These. Now These, remember I told you the easiest way to remember Now These is all about needs. All right, so necessity, needs. Ooh, don't mind me, I'm sitting on the floor with my bag's curtain. Personal needs, spiritual needs. Think of self-preservation too, okay? Possibly impatience. You could think of excessive, obsessive, compulsive type of things. So now these, okay? Personal needs, things you have to remember. It's a necessity. You write things down. You can also write things down as, you know, because you try and make someone else feel that they are not going to be able to remember something. So sometimes it's an overstepping type of card, or rune in our case. So now these. All right, so Yara. Yara is our next one. Remember, this is our year card. So Yar are, oh my gosh. Yar are. When I think of Yar, because the J is a Y, I associate automatically with year. It's easy. So Yar, year. Yar, year. So Yara is the year. It's a harvest card, okay? It's all about growth, abundance, reward, maturity, natural law, all right? But it's in our abundance card. And I just think of it as a growth card. That's my personal. I use this all about growth. You know, how did you come to be? You know, you had to move through some shit to get to where you are now. So Yara is the growth, one of my biggest growth cards, okay? But remember, it comes with a price. Everything comes with a price. All right, the next one is I Was. All right, remember this is our U tree, as we say it, but in this case, we are looking at it as an endurance card. Ouch, and a protection card, okay? We're looking at it as an empowerment. You can think of it as a change card. Trying to think what another one would be. Ooh, spiritual attachment, that's right, or a psychic protection card. So yeah, protection. Oh, flexibility too. Remember I told you if you look across the trees, or if you look at him looking out, you know, maybe he's looking over the trees and a windstorm is coming and the windstorm is blowing those trees. It's flexible, okay? And with change, you know, if you burn down a forest, you burn down a tree, if you have a heavy storm, it can, you know, snap trees in half. You'll never be able to put those trees back together. Nothing will ever be the same. So I always think of it that way too. Another way to kind of look at the card. So I was, guys. And our last card is Pure Throw. One of the ones I always have trouble saying. Pure Throw. Okay. This one, remember, it has multiple meanings. Apple tree, pear tree, but I like to use it as the fate card and the game card. So mystery and chance go hand in hand with this. Karma is a great one for this. Unpredictable events, faults, maybe mistakes are exposed at this time. It's an unfolding of fate card, okay? Oh yeah, and sexual encounter too. Can't forget that one if you want to throw sexual anything in there. Okay. So that's all of those. We went through our 8 for this week. I hope it helped. If you have any questions, please let me know. We work really hard on these videos, so please comment on the post, even though this is going to be a YouTube video. But comment on the post, guys. I like to hear what you guys think about it. What you like to see change. Do the cards help? Are the cards helping at all? Showing the runes. I mean, the stones, are those helping too? Give me some feedback, even on the comments. If it's a comment that might deter someone, maybe send me a personal message. I'm fine with that. Or put it on the link that I'm going to include within this post that you're going to find the YouTube video. So enough of my rambling. I think I rambled on. I hope you're doing everything you can with your runes. I hope you're connecting with them. I hope they're becoming you. Every day, pull one rune out, okay? Read up on it. I'm trying to do rune of the days. I'm having problems keeping up with it though, because there's so much else I have to do. Running a few groups is not easy, and keeping a life, yeah, it's not good. But I love you all. I hope you guys are having a great day. Blessed be. And I'll see you next week.